Hello viewers, you're welcome to Dailies on TVRC. I am your host for today. Olanu Oluwatubiloba is my name, and with me here I have Dr. Akintinde Sami Vincent, our lead analyst. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you on set with us once again. Today we're going to be talking about the current tariff hike in Telecom subscription, the pros and the cons for the average Nigerian citizen. Because as we've been seeing recent trends of rising hike in the tariff for telecoms, and want to look at how it's going to affect the average Nigerian citizen out there. So to get started with this session, Doctor, I would like to ask, can you kindly enlighten us on this current tariff hike, what it means, and what it basically entails?
Well, there's nothing to be talking about enlightenment. It's straight as as simple as ABC. It's just an increment in telecom in our telecom, and and what has been the complaint over time, and the complaint is they talked about operational costs, and they also talked about the issue that has to do with the devaluation of currency, and the other one, which was called inflation. This has been the the bone of contention, and it's everywhere. Don't forget, it's still the same telecom company that operates when the PMS is still sold at 100 or 200 naira. I mean, reasonably, let's say 300 naira plus. It's still the same telecom company that is also that's also buying what's it called the PMS at 1,000 plus.
Yes.
Let's say now 970 or thereabout. So over time things has increased. The operational cost has increased, and they can no longer cope. At the point in time, they requested for 50%, but the federal government had to persuade them to hold on.
Okay.
But currently, they can't just.
I think the NCC, the Nigerian Communication Commission,
that's why I talked about the Fed.
They've already approved the 50%.
The 50%, yes.
Already.
No, they are still within the 30%, and 30% to 50%. So if you're able to operate within 30%, it's all good. But if you think they pegged it minimum 30, max 50%.
All right then. So you've already answered this question, because I was going to ask the major cause of this tariff hike, the whole of this issue, and you've already mentioned it as inflation.
Yeah, they are
and
just basically inflation
of our naira and currency.
Take a look at our FX. Look at most of their infrastructural facilities. Most of their what they make do with. They make do with generator. Those ones to power through via solar. Look at the mass and everything. Look at what they make do with. The materials to assemble a plant. They are still dollarized. And take a look at the point in time in this country when our dollar is still 700 to when you talk about the dollar to naira, when it's still 700 naira, compared to when it's now 1,500 naira, things are definitely be different.
Yes, indeed.
So the price of the purchasing power then is quite minimal compared to what we have now. So like I said, it has the operational costs, devaluation of currency, which till date is still very much political, because even if you are shouting that, please take a second look at the devaluation of currency, the governors will just be looking at you. The president will just be looking at you, because they know what they are doing.
Wow.
But what are the receiving hand? We the citizens. So, and also look at the inflation. It's still as a result of the FX, foreign exchange. Because if the FX, crashed today, I can bet you even everything will crash in the market. But those who feel they'll be short-changed, they are those at the seat of power. So, like I said, if they really care about the citizens of this country, they know what to do.
Yes.
But they won't just do it. They won't just do it.
Wow. Now, before I go to my next question, because I want you to help us enlighten us on how it affects the average citizen, and just paint a very, very, illustrating picture for us. However, I want to point this out, because regarding this tariff hike, we've seen that there will be increase in the amount of money spent per minute, especially for calls. It's proposed to be 16 16.5 naira per 1 minute.
Okay.
For data subscription, it's going to be about 431.25 naira per 1 gig. And of course, for SMS will be increased from 4 naira to 6 naira. So I want you to kindly expatiate on how it's going to affect the average Nigerian citizen out there who is struggling to make calls, who, of course, because people have to, once in a while, people have to call their loved ones, speak, even business calls. Let's even leave business calls. People that want to talk to their loved ones, that want to communicate, it becomes a problem.
Well, I think I will. It's going to be like I will answer it with with a sword with two-edged sword. And one is going to be from the positive balance, one will be from negative balance. And the positive one is that, number one, let's hope that this will take our youth away from things that are very much ephemeral. Like when you check our TikToks now, what you see is people showing, their nakedness and everything, just because they're able to get details for themselves. So what they do is, when you look at the Chinese TikTok and Nigerian TikTok, you weep for this country. And you will see a youth that will there singing Sambo Ribobo every time, and it's accruing 15 million views. And you will see ladies showing their nude nakedness, and you see elderly ones asking, please, can I slide into your DM? This has become a bane in our community. So that's on one hand. But on the other hand, it's going to, like you said, make life difficult for average Nigerians who are out there, trying to get anything for themselves or try to communicate effectively to their, with their loved ones. This ordinarily should be a kind of a basic necessity for the citizens. When you travel to the US, I think they peg their own to monthly.
Yes.
Weekly, monthly, these are the way I think it's even, and it's unlimited. Maybe $40 or thereabouts, you are giving unlimited. But here in this country, we keep on taxing ourselves, we keep on, the telecoms are hiking up, and the government appears not to be doing anything. I don't know why. Maybe it's on the basis of the revenue generation, but to whose detriment? It's to the detriment of the average Nigerians. So, like I said, it's still going to be a whole lot of issue for the Nigerians, because look at Nigerians. We've gone through a lot over time. Take a look at the PMS issue. From all of a sudden, from 300 naira to 970, and it's still not coming down. We thought when they were reducing 10 naira from it, we thought maybe the government meant something, that eventually it's going to crash to 500 naira. But today they keep removing 10 naira, 5 naira, 10 naira. Now it's even back to 970. So more or less like they're just trying to play, and they are playing with our emotions and our heart. That's more or less what the government seems to be doing, in my opinion. So like I said, it's going to be like, like if eventually our youth are able to lay their hands on something that is quite visible, that will actually increase, or people will even know the value of their data now, instead of just being on the TikTok or on Facebook trying to do all manner of things that will not come and see day and night. Now youth are always on the TikTok. Some are doing hashmushi, some are doing AI, doing. Go and check Chinese TikTok. Look at other countries' TikTok. They are trying. They are innovative, inventive. Creative, critical thinking. That's what they put in. That's what they set in motion. But it's quite unfortunate that the way our own is more or less like, if not for comedy, for pranks, for all manner of nonsense on social media, So, but even at that is not enough to say that those who are going about their legitimate business, those who have to do it, because sometimes we have to. And look, just imagine people who ordinarily have to travel from here to a very far distance to go and for a meeting. They can always, do a kind of a Zoom conference, a video call, and or even sometimes a WhatsApp call, just to have, just to reach a wider audience.
Yes.
And that ordinarily limits a lot of road accident on the road, or even the stress and what have you. But no, when you make it, when you increase when you increase the cost now, then it's going to be like, why not come around? If calling everybody is going to be it's going to be a big issue.
Wow, that's a lot. Thank you so much, Doctor. To finalize this session, because I understand that the NLC recently suspended the strike regarding this tariff hike in telecoms. So we want to know what exactly can be done, or what exactly is being done to address this issue by the government. Is there any hope for revising this tariff hike? Is there any hope at all?
I think the government must be very careful at this point in time. You see, no matter what their antics and their games, Nigerians are up to. Nigerians, it's always obvious. It's always visible to the blind and audible to the deaf what they are piping up. You see, irrespective of what, take a look at like I talked about the price. The issue is still, it boils down to the FX, foreign exchange. Why not crash this foreign exchange? Peg it to, even if it's 500 naira or 700 naira, to a dollar to a naira. Peg it until everything can come down. I don't know what see. We can always create wealth for ourselves. Why do you want to put burden on the citizens? You keep on burdening the citizens. You are not paying the minimum wage, and wasn't already this morning we heard about that. Okay, now that the government, they pump a lot of money into the covers of into the purse of the governor now for the minimum. It's more or less like we are enriching the governors, planning them for 2027 election. Those who wants to have successors, those who wants to get re-election into the office. This is exactly what this government is doing, at the detriment of average citizens. So, like I said, we need to. The government must wake up, crash the FX, so that the cost of goods or cost of materials from abroad will be affordable.
Yes.
And again, the telecom must they must receive support from the government. Most of the country that is same country, their election is always through electronic means. Even look at our BVAS. Look at the IRF created problems during the last election.
Yes.
They are also part of Telecom. So take a look at what we are doing in this country. They all boils down to Telecom. So we need to wake up. We cannot afford to leave them in the loose or put them in an oblivion. We also have to. Government must assist them. And finally, on the part of the citizens, we must live according to our means, because sometimes it seems the government appears not to be listening. We have to cut our clothes according to our sizes this time around. Okay, there should not be room for any kind of wastage, because eventually some people will purchase the data and will even eventually become a waste. So we have to make sure we do away with that. Like I said, make do with the ones we are going to use, and again, things that are very much irrelevant. If it's not necessary for you to do all those TikTok or whatever, you cut it down. Then if it's going to be strictly for information, you get your information from Google or from any kind of search app, and then you're able to navigate your way through. Because now we've seen Nigeria and the father of so many, a man who is the breadwinner, we're still on TikTok from morning till night. It's more or less like it's an abuse. It's even an abuse of telecom, abuse of social media. And not for anything positive.
Yeah.
If you are going to get your news, the news sources. Okay, so like I said, we have to understand how to use this media platform, so that we have in the long run we can say, okay, we are on the right track.
Wow, thank you so much. That was very beautiful. Thank you so much, Doctor, for doing justice to this particular issue today. There you have it, viewers. You've heard from Dr. Akintade Somi Vincent regarding the current tariff hike in telecoms, as well as how it has affected a whole lot of Nigerian citizens out there, as well as what can be done to be able to get to address this issue. The fact that foreign exchange can be addressed, to be able to get to make sure that a whole lot of things work well for the average Nigerian citizen out there. Thank you so much for tuning in on Economy Today for today. I remain your humble host, Olani Oluwatobi Loba. Thank you, Doctor, for honoring this invitation as well.
Thank you very much.
Till next time, have a wonderful day ahead.